Right, 2 November 2025, and today I'm going to give you a quick update on everything that is trending on this Sunday. And today we've got a sad day because we've got the inauguration of the president of Tanzania amid violence and death. So currently over 700 people have died, and the estimations say over 800 people have died in the post-election violence in Tanzania. However, the inauguration is going to be taking place today in Dodoma, if I'm not mistaken, and if nothing has changed overnight. There's going to be the inauguration of the Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan, who has been declared with 98% of the vote. So a certificate has been issued by the Electoral Commission, and she is going to continue as president after a crackdown by the army on protesting citizens. So over 800 people dead. So this is becoming a pattern in SADC, where in Mozambique 400 people were killed after the election. So it means over 1,200 people have died in the recent SADC elections. That is Mozambique 400, Tanzania 800, and then in Madagascar, the estimation is not clear, but it could be around 20 or 30 people dead. So SADC is becoming a problem because the countries that are having issues are the same countries that are supposed to be addressing the problem. So currently, SADC has failed to issue a statement, a clear statement on this election. So if you see the statement that they issued, the last one was on the 31st of October, and they've not made a statement on that election, a clear statement on the whether the election was free and fair, and also on the next steps. That is because SADC does not have powers to make any statements on any election in the region. However, the African Union has already congratulated President Samia Suluhu Hassan, and in their statement, they are calling for dialogue, but they congratulated the newly elected president of Tanzania. So you can see the statement right here. It says the chairperson of African Union, His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Youssouf, takes note of the results of the presidential election in Tanzania, and congratulations Her Excellency President Samia Suluhu Hassan for her victory. So it's clear that the African Union is not going to intervene. They don't say anything about the citizens that have been killed. In the whole statement, you can see that there's nothing here regarding the killed citizens or the violence that is currently taking place in Tanzania, where protests are currently ongoing. So they've not stopped. The protests are currently ongoing. In fact, SADC was holding a session yesterday and nothing was said. Normally, in such circumstances, SADC is supposed to hold what is called an emergency or extraordinary summit, either of the Troika or of the heads of state. However, this has not happened because one third of the countries in SADC now have disputed elections. That is Zimbabwe, Madagascar, Mozambique, and Tanzania. So 1/3 of the countries in SADC have disputed elections, and they can't hold election extraordinary summit when they're also having the disputed elections. So Samia will ask Mnangagwa, but your election was disputed. She'll ask Madagascar, you've got a dictatorship. And she'll ask Mozambique, but your election was disputed, 400 people died. So SADC is dysfunctional. And currently, the chairperson of SADC is South Africa. So South Africa is the chair of SADC in an extinct capacity because Madagascar has, obviously, the dictatorship, with the new president who was not elected after the incumbent was thrown out after a disputed election. So SADC is totally dysfunctional. AU doesn't care, and young people are alone. So young people are alone with nobody. They have to do everything by themselves. So that is the current situation right now where we are. Tanzania is going to have an inauguration today, and we expect people like Mnangagwa to attend. So I'm expecting Mnangagwa to attend that inauguration today in Dodoma. It's going to be extremely violent, but let's see what happens. The army in Tanzania has got the situation under control. That is what I've seen. They've got the situation under control. And Mnangagwa appears to be supporting Samia Suluhu Hassan, who is under siege. So her presidency is under siege, but a coup has not happened in Tanzania. So she appears to be in control. So let's see what happens. We're going to be monitoring the inauguration, which is going to take place in Tanzania today. All right, let's quickly go through the news. Chiwenga has appeared. So Vice President Chiwenga has appeared at Waterfalls at the Catholic Church, where he was presiding over an event with the Franciscans. And this has been published by ZBC, the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation. Chiwenga issued a statement here, and let me show you what he said. There, a quick speech by Chiwenga, who has been missing at all state events, but manages to attend all events of the Catholic Church. So let's see what he said.
Of quiet rebellion against colonial oppression, a tale of friars who, in the name of a higher calling, chose to stand with the marginalized. With their secret support, we, as young men, driven by a vision for a liberated Zimbabwe, found the means to cross borders and join the protracted liberation struggle.
Okay, the protracted liberation struggle. You can go and check out the full video on ZBC. So Chiwenga appearing for the first time at the Catholic St. Francis of Assisi Church at Waterfalls, where he officiated. He never misses a Catholic event. Very interesting to see Chiwenga becoming so close to the Catholic Church and always appearing at their events. He never boycotts these ones. Then in an interesting event, the new skate park in Victoria Falls is opened. So Zimbabwe now has a new skating park. A lot of young people from all over the country came to the first skating park in Zimbabwe. So this is very interesting. Young people need this so that they are not into drugs. So more and more councils must build these skating parks. They're very interesting and useful. Then in South Africa, the month of November is Diabetes Awareness Month. So that is if you are a man or a woman who is overweight, you've got a likelihood of getting type 2 diabetes. If you've got a genetic, like your family has got a genetic diabetic order, like people have diabetes in your family, you must be checked for type 1 diabetes. So type 1 diabetes, you need insulin. So you need insulin to survive or to live when you've got type 1 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes, you need to lose weight because it is a lifestyle issue. So what you do is to check. So if you're a man, if you want to check if you've got diabetes, you buy a machine or you go to Clicks. It's free this month in South Africa. You just go and test, and your results of what is called fasting glucose. So fasting glucose must be around 6 or below. So if you've got your fasting glucose at around 5.5 to 6, that is normal. If your fasting glucose is above 6 or between 6 and 7, you need to go and get checked because you likely have what is called pre-diabetes. If your sugar levels are above 7 or 7.5, somewhere there, going up, you've got diabetes. If your sugar is above 10, you now need to get it sorted. You now need to go on a medicine called metformin. So those are the kind of things that you need to know. You need to know that because diabetes causes cancer and diabetes causes high blood pressure. So most people in Zimbabwe, they're on high blood pressure medication, but the actual cause is diabetes. So if you deal with diabetes, you then don't have any of the other diseases. And it's easily reversible if you go on a high protein diet. So you don't eat sadza, you don't eat sugar, you don't eat all this Coca-Cola, then you are okay. You don't have diabetes. So diabetes month, 1 to 30 November 2025, you need to go and get it checked. Then let's go to business. So in business, one of the biggest pieces of land is going to go on auction in South Africa. And this is the last pieces of land that is available in Sandton. So it's going to go on auction for between 200 and 300 million on 27 November. This piece of land was meant to construct a mixed-use development called Kore. And unfortunately, the Guptas, who had bought this piece of land, left South Africa. And this precinct was never built. So look at this. So this is the empty piece of land, empty lot. This is what was planned on it. It was going to be one of the biggest mixed-use developments, but it didn't happen. So it's now going on auction, and you can get this for 200 million rands or $10 million. So about $10 million you can get this. So we can easily buy this piece of land. This is a very valuable piece of land. If you buy this, you become a billionaire. But I don't know who's going to buy it. Let's see what happens at the auction. So currently the reserve price or the deposit is $150,000 if you want to become part of this auction. Then in politics, Mary Padi, who was formerly of the MK party and was dismissed, is forming a new political movement. So she has announced that she's going to be forming a new political movement for the 2029 South Africa presidential elections. As you are aware, President Ramaphosa is not going to be contesting. It's his last term. So we've got an open field in South Africa for the president. And she has approached a number of people to become the president. And one of the people that she's approached is former Chief Justice Mogoeng. And this man is likely going to accept because he's interested in becoming the president of South Africa. She's also approached Dr. Mbuyiseni Dlozi of EFF, former EFF. She has also approached Esma Hashule, and she has had a meeting with the Nolubabalu Mutsinga over this possible coalition of opposition party. And if she does get former Chief Justice Mogoeng, I have a feeling that she's going to do well because the candidates who are there currently are not very strong. And I believe that she can do well if she gets one of these candidates to support her new movement. So she is one of the wealthiest women in South Africa in trucking. She's also, I think, the chairperson of the South Africa Trucking Association. So she's not someone that is just from the road. She's got a lot of money. And what she's doing here is to try to influence the presidential candidates who are coming in 2029. So it's becoming common that someone approaches other people to become president. And if someone does accept, then they will support that presidency. And the South African race is going to be very interesting in 2029. Then in Kwayedza, we have a very sad story of a family. All the family members cannot walk. So all the family members are walking like you're seeing on the screen, including the new children who are born. They're walking like that. It's called the Chigwada family. They've got crooked legs and they can't stand straight. And apparently the rumor is that their ancestor stole an animal that had been caught in a trap by a man from Malawi. And that man placed the curse on the family. So they're asking for assistance. You can go and look at the story in Quiet's newspaper. So it is over there. So that is the Chukwuta family. Very sad and unfortunate. Then on Gambakwe, we've got a trend. So if you go to Gambakwe right now, what happens is that if something is trending, because Gambakwe is such a big newspaper in Zimbabwe, we are acting like a search engine. So currently, we've got a trend on Zimbabwe which just popped up overnight. And we use that to say what is happening in Zimbabwe. So if you go right now, you'll see that there's a lady called Chido Chidziva. Here, she's trending. So Chido Chidziva got married, and she got married to whom? Zimbabwe's most prominent socialite, Chido Chidziva, also known as Miss Rockshedi, is officially off the market. So they shared a video of a marriage here. That is Chido Chidziva. So what we do, we go and type Chido Chidziva, and we say, why is she trending? So we go over and check why she's trending. Something has happened overnight. We don't know what has happened. So she's the founder of Chimatai Media. She's a philanthropist with Chidochewa Sekana Trust. And then let's see what has happened yesterday to make a trend. So why is she trending? Why is Chido Chidziva trending? Something has happened. I don't know what it is. So overnight in the morning, I always check. So nothing, due to involvement in a police case related to a sister, Samantha Chidziva. So there's a case with Chido Chidziva and Samantha Chidziva. Chido's sister, Samantha, alleged that she was drugged and abandoned by a man after a night out. Remember, guys, we talked about a socialite being abandoned at a mall. So Chido's sister, Samantha, initial reports suggest that Samantha filed a police report for theft, but his sister Chido Chidziva, Miss Rockshedi, alleged her to pressure her to add rape charges to the case. CC footage show Samantha willingly leaving a club with the men. The man involved claims that they had it consensually and he dropped her off because she was too drunk, not that she was a victim of a violent crime. Now it's becoming clear. So, guys, Gambakwe is amazing. Gambakwe is amazing because it's got everything. So let's go to, let's stop sharing. I want to show you what the man is. So remember when we do this, that's how we find the news. So you go over here and you look at this man here. So this man was arrested, was dragged on social media, was taken to court, and the people that are involved have now been named. So the lady, as I said, is Chido Chidziva. She pressured his sister Samantha to file charges, and the charges were filed against a man, Campbell Nyakujga, who is being accused of kidnapping the socialite. So she was not kidnapped, and it's becoming clear. And what we're going to do is on Gambakwe, we're going to go and give you the details. So after this, I'm going to go and give you the details. If you come back after an hour, we'll give you the details of how Samantha, Chido Chidziva, and this young man who was arrested all came together. It's clear that this is a fake story, and that is why Chido Barbara Chidziva, who is only 27 years old, is trending. So Gambakwe is like a search engine. If you go over there, you'll be able to see everything. So I'll give you the update, and it's clear that this is all lies. The story is fake. We knew it, that it was fake, and now we know who the people are who were involved. So these young girls, they make up stories, they take it to police, they don't know the impact of what they're doing. It's very dangerous to kill someone like this. It's very bad, especially when the pictures come out on social media and people don't have a chance to defend themselves. So probably that is one story that we found as we're busy right now. Then we're looking at Sunday News newspaper, one of the newspapers that is published today. Let's look at what they've published. And they are starting here with one of the best decisions by the Mnangagwa government. Guys, when I look at Mnangagwa, let me tell you about Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa has got a very poor team. Like, Mnangagwa's team is the worst team. They react. They don't plan. So right now they're clapping hands for themselves for scraping licenses. They never think in broader terms. They should have done this already long back. So now they're saying government scraps 11 licenses to foster growth. Mnangagwa has been in government for the past 10 years. 2017, we're going to 2027 now. It's been in power for 7 years. They've never thought of this. To register a company, my company, it took me 6 months. It's very difficult to do business in Zimbabwe. It's very expensive to register a company. There's so much corruption. There's so much red tape. And they're doing this now when the economy is literally corrupt. With the same situation with the currency has not been addressed. There's no money in the ATMs. The country is like a dump. If a tourist or an investor comes to Zimbabwe, they will leave and they'll never come again. So these are the things that they're trying to fix. 11 business permits have been scrapped and consolidated into one. Even the road councils, it's so difficult to do work there. And then let's see who else is here. Rainy season won't hold the Victoria Falls road upgrade. And then Magaya. Let's see what happened to Magaya. I know what happened to Magaya. Walter Magaya, the founder of PhD Ministries, has been arrested. And let's see what is the reason. The suspect was arrested early by the police crack team. The arrest of the high-profile religious leader is because of Aguma. So you remember that story of Aguma and also of rape charges and also of fraud. We're going to hear more when he appears in court tomorrow. So it's very sad that such a man has been arrested. It is going to be the end of him. So this is the end of Magaya. Look at the cartoons. Didn't the prophet see this coming? Magaya. Yeah. So sad. And then Mpilo Major cancer unit gets a major upgrade. So I want to pause here and I want to tell you guys some of our plans. So one of the plans that we want to, or what we're thinking of, is to open a private hospital, a private cancer hospital. So I'll let you guys know. It's one of the things that I want to do, and we already have land for it. So I'll let you guys know how we're going to proceed. So we're currently looking for an investor for a hospital, a private hospital. And cancer, you know that you need a lot of cancer. You need chemo, you need operations, you need bloods, you need a recovery place. So we're going to do a cancer hospital, and that will be a private hospital of international standard. That is one of the things that we want to do. In fact, let me see if we've got one of the plans here of the private hospital that we want to do. I really like, okay, I'll show you tonight because I don't have it right here. I thought it was very close, but I don't have it. But we want to do a cancer hospital, a private hospital in Zimbabwe, so that people don't have to go, unless someone has got cancer, they don't have to go to India. And want to do that within the next short space of time. So I'll let you guys know when we do have that project started. Then let's look at other things. I want to see if there's anything here of interest. One of the most ugliest flats in Zimbabwe is Burombo. So go check it out in the Sunday News. So bad, looks terrible. How can someone live like this? I cannot believe it. So today we've got a big match also taking place. Let me see if they've got it here at the back. Not yet. And I think if the Sunday Mail newspaper is not published, I'll come back later on when I come, and then we'll give you guys an update on all the stories. As I said, we expect Mnangagwa to go to Tanzania today. Please, when you go to Tanzania, Mnangagwa, talk to Samia Suluhu Hassan. Shooting 700 people is really terrible. I don't know why you would do that. It's so bad. So the Sunday Mail newspaper is not published, and I'll give it to you as soon as it is published, which is around midday. I'll be back here to give you guys an update. Let's look at the comments. What happened to Victoria Falls project? You are now like EDU does not finish project. Okay, Owen, we have already announced we are not doing Victoria Falls. I announced we paid back everybody. We're not doing Victoria Falls until the situation in Zimbabwe normalizes. So don't keep bringing up, it doesn't help. We're not doing, we withdrew all our teams from Victoria Falls. Totally, we're out. We're not there. I also want to try it. Fire. Veronica, yes. YouTube is like a job. So if you are on YouTube, you can become an MP, you can start projects, you can have brand sponsorships, you can sell your mve, you can do so much, but don't be lazy. If you're lazy, your YouTube channel will be a joke. So myself, I stream at least every day, at least 1 hour, to come here and talk to you. You see me here for 1 hour. Let's say I'm 26 minutes now. It takes me 3 hours to prepare for any stream. So I don't sleep. I sleep very late every day around 11, and I wake up by 2. So I only sleep 2 to 3 hours a day. My YouTube channel internationally is one of the most busiest channels, to the point that YouTube called me to go to meet and address a conference on news in France. So it is not a joke. And in Zimbabwe and Africa, there is no one who doesn't watch Gambakwe, including all the presidents that you know. Right now, as we're speaking right now, if you have got 3 people, there will be at least 3 presidents watching this channel. It is used to make decisions. People have made millions on this channel just by watching me. So a YouTube channel is one of the best platforms, not only on YouTube. Right now, we're streaming on X, we're streaming on Facebook, we're streaming on YouTube, and we're also streaming on Twitter. What is the TikTok? We're also streaming on my website, Gambakwe.com. So YouTube, it is a different kind of thing. You can become a president from YouTube. That is why you see Gambakwe is campaigning for Gambakwe 2028. And that is because when we talk different things to different people. And then we obviously have people like Gibbs, Dube, who says liar, with no picture, sleeping in bed, never did anything in his life. Akabroka. Akabroka Gibson. Akabroka Zinzoro. So you get to say Zinzoro to people, and it's nice. So it says Zinzoro. Imagine if you work for ZBC and you're hot soup for ED, and you say Zinzoro, they'll kick you out. But on YouTube, you can say Zinzoro, and people won't care. Yes, Gambakwe, you're online all the time for lies. Yes, that's true. In Zimbabwe, people say lies. And you ask them, what are the lies? They can't pinpoint it. That is because Vakadakwa. Why ever Wikinero passed through the elections are contested, you do not know anything. I'm the one who, when you see the Tanzania election, if you Google Wikinero printing ballots for Tanzania, I did a detailed post on the Tanzanian elections. Internationally, we even went to who was printing the ballots for Tanzania. So go check it out. Gambakwe is a big channel. It's not a joke. And then let's quickly go to our people. I was about to forget to call our people. My favorite people, I love them. So I've got some of the best people in life that I follow. Madam Boss was in South Africa yesterday. Unfortunately, I'm in Cape Town, so I couldn't get her. I couldn't see her. She will never see me until I go to Zimbabwe, and then she'll see me. I'll hire her to come and sing at my inauguration. So let's see what she says. Hello, 2025 Live. For YouTube, click the link. So she was advertising here, and you can go and watch the full video. I'm not a socialite. I'm an influencer and a celebrity. So how do I influence you? She is so amazing. She's so beautiful. What do you think, guys? She's probably the most beautiful socialite I know. Good job, Madam Boss. We love you. You got such a look that nobody else has got. And when she's talking, you can see how humble she is. She's amazing, Madam Boss. Good job. Good job, Madam Boss. I like it. And then let's go to other people. I must be careful when I talk about other people here. The only woman with the gun, that is Minnie. She has posted 1 year later. And I don't know what this is, what event this was. If Yokunaka was a person, would you be, would be you, mom's top soup, but not top soup for ED. You know that there's a group called Top Soup for ED. Apparently, baby one rim top soup. Arnoshika, Panamini. So I don't know if you guys know about top soup for ED. So let's look top soup for ED. It's a group with women. Yeah, there is top soup for ED. So top soup for ED is good to my baby. Where am I now? Where am I? What am I sharing? So let's get out of this one. I want to show you top soup for ED so that you can see. All the slave queens who follow ED have formed a group, and they've created a group called Top Soup for ED. So there it is over here. Even in Panaopo Mota, they're all on that group. You can follow Top Soup for ED. I don't know what you have to do to become Top Soup for ED, but it's over there. However, this young man says even all the top soup for ED are not like Minnie. That is what they say over here. But you must be careful. She's got a gun. Girls with a gun. And then let's go to presidents. President Akandi Chilema over here. Happy Sabbath, President Akandi Chilema. Amazing president. I like him. And then let's go to President Juma Boko. So if you want to see a president that is busy, he's been all over the world trying to fix his country, which was destroyed by the previous president. Departure. So this is the last one. Here's the posted. Let's go to presidents, BW presidents, and see there's something new over there. It's got 2 pages. And I can see that he's still got the same thing. Let's go to Mnangagwa. What did Mnangagwa post today? Emerson ED. Let's see what he posted. 31 October, he posted his meeting with all the ambassadors. One of the best ambassadors in Zimbabwe, the most loved ambassador, is James Maridadi. I have not seen James for such a long time. But look at him. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you see the lady with a purple dress behind it on the left. That is Ambassador James Maridadi in Senegal. So he's over there. I haven't seen him in a long time. Very quiet. He's minding his own business. Doesn't bother anybody. And you know Senegal, how it is. It's one of the best countries. So go check out all the ambassadors were summoned. And they went to attend the ZANU-PF Annual National People's Conference. And they were given a new job. So Mnangagwa has given them a new task. They've done what we call orientation. So all of them, go and check out Mnangagwa, ED Mnangagwa's page. Now let's go to X. X is Twitter, by the way, for those who don't have it. X.com. So X, we normally look for Chamisa. So let's type Chamisa over here. Chamisa, homeboy wangu, uriyo ere Chamisa. Uripi Chamisa. Chamisa has done it again. He just comes and makes some declarations at the beginning of the month, then he goes away. That is Chamisa for you. And then Sanyatwe, Honestly, Chamisa is not going to launch anything. It's said that Zimbabweans follow such a person. And then let's go to Sanyatwe. Sanyatwe is not posted. Let's go to Opam Chinguri. Waopa. Waripi. One other president wao. Awapo. Wana poster. Wakaenda kumusha. So waopa. Wakaenda kumusha. I think we've covered everybody that we normally follow. Waopa Mchinguri. Mchano waona. Ndakapuwa namba yaone zuru. Ne wamwe wakomana wachiti. Taurai wona waopa. Muwabvunze kuti zviri kumbodii ikoyo pamutare kubocha. Bocha. That is crazy. Do you guys know bocha? Bocha ndiko kune majekenishe. So I want to go to an important event that is going to take place today. So today, not today, on the 4th, right? Nyokayemabhunu is coming on court. So let me send this to you guys on the screen. So Nyokayemabhunu is appearing in court, and then a group in South Africa is going to be presenting an anti-ED press conference. So in this group, there are 6 people. 6 groups are going to be contesting, are going to be talking about Mnangagwa and ED 2030. So they're going to have a press conference, and they have not yet issued the location. However, they want to say ED mustn't go to 2030. And let me show you who they are. So apologies for this, because I actually didn't see that. I don't have this picture. So this group is made up of people like Sarwaka. Who else is there? A lot of people. Sarwaka was chased from Zimbabwe by Mnangagwa, and he doesn't like it. So he's gone, and he's going to have a meeting. So he is going to be appearing. Remember, there was a Harare group which had the conference and ended there. And I told you they'll never launch anything. So Job Scala will never launch. Tendai Bit will never launch. Chamisa will never launch. So now we have another group here. And this group is saying they are going to have a Zimbabwe Diaspora Press Conference. Agenda is the constitutional crossroads. Citizens respond to Zimbabwe constitutional crisis. And you've got on that group, Sarwaka on the left. You've got Mbonisi Gumbo of MRP. You've got Presia Ngulube of Freedom Alliance. You've got Mutulisa Hanana of ZAPU. And you've got political activist Joshua Ngulube. You also have Ngamuto Mabena. Ngamuto Mabena is very nice. I like him. Everyone likes Ngamuto Mabena. Ngamuto Mabena for president of Matabeleland. For president of Matabeleland. I'm going to ask him to help me with my campaign at Nkulumane. I want him to be my campaign manager. So this group is going to be addressing on the 4th, the same day that Nyokayemabhunu is appearing on his extradition court case. So I'll let you guys know, and we'll probably give you an update on it. So that is what we have. Let's see if the Herald newspaper or the Sunday Mail newspaper is published. Then I can show you before I go. Otherwise, I'll be back. I need to go for my morning run. So as I said to you, this is diabetes month. Diabetes is a serious disease for guys. If you've got diabetes, so you have to deal with diabetes. You can't be overweight. You have to run. If you have diabetes, you eventually get cancer. And if you've got diabetes, you eventually get high blood pressure. So one of the things that we do is to use Mve. Mve also works kugadzira the issues we do with diabetes. So it's very important for you to be aware of your health. You should be able to know how to check yourself. Tomorrow I'll go and buy a tester, and I'll prick myself and show you how to test your blood. I know most of you are afraid of blood, but I'll show you how to prick your finger and test your blood. And I'll show you my sugar levels here in the morning. Those are called fasting blood sugar levels. So this is the Mail newspaper is published. So it says here, Zimbabwean landmark governance exercise welcomes delegation of Africa panel of eminent persons. President Mnangagwa lauded for showing political will. Guys, I want to say something about Mnangagwa. And don't take this badly. For all of you guys, for all that Mnangagwa is doing, right? Let's agree that Mnangagwa is not as bad as some of the guys in the region. So in terms of killing people, Mnangagwa is not as bad as the guys in Mozambique and the guys in Tanzania. So what is left is for Mnangagwa to do what he's doing now, to talk to people from outside the country and to have an amnesty. So when it comes to being a president that is trying to do third term and all that, Mnangagwa is bad. But when it comes to killing people, Mnangagwa is not done badly compared to all the African leaders. What has happened in Tanzania is shocking. 700 people dead. What has happened in Mozambique, 400 dead. What has happened in Madagascar, over 20 people dead. So someone around Mnangagwa needs to help him to continue on this path, which is to look at how do we make Zimbabwe a country which is respected. He's going to build himself a nice legacy if he does this. So this is the path that Mnangagwa needs to go. And also the amnesty that I was talking about. All our people must be back home. We don't want political activists outside the country. And then we'll be fine. So this is a good thing that Mnangagwa is doing. Zimbabwe is currently hosting the African Peer Review panel of eminent persons in a move expected to strengthen economic governance, enhance transparency, and accelerate socio-economic development. And also Mnangagwa has built a lot of stuff. So when you look at the kind of stuff that is building, what we need now is a proper plan. So there's no plan. If you look at the towns, there are no CBDs. So almost all the towns in Zimbabwe don't have a CBD. Kariba doesn't have a CBD. Victoria Falls doesn't have a CBD. Chinhoyi doesn't have a CBD. Like the way that Zimbabwe is constructed right now, it's not right. If you go to areas like Gutu, it's a total mess. It looks bad. So you need to make a plan. So he's got the master plans. Mnangagwa was the first president to do master plans. What he now needs to do is to implement. So let's see if the people around Mnangagwa can be appointed. We need better people appointed around Mnangagwa. Then it will look better. At the moment, with what is happening with the elections, it's starting to look better for Zimbabwe. Then let's look at Chiwenga. Chiwenga is over here. And then when it comes to PhD, he's expected to appear in court. So my guy is well-known figure. And then let's see if he's got a particular date. I think on Monday. Yeah, he's appearing in court. And then Oxley Mnangagwa over here. First Lady launches Lively Men's Women's Wellness Campaign. So she must add diabetes. There are so many people with diabetes in Zimbabwe. It's terrible. Because they drink sugar and coke all the time. And they don't know what it means. And then the MIPF has made an appointment, which is the press list appointment of Principal Officer and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Enimo Taruvinga. Taruvinga, one of the biggest names. Taruvinga. And then Zimbabwe School Examination Council. I would like to dearly beloved father, Sekuru Ngidi Moyo. What happened to Sekuru Ngidi Moyo? May the Lord give comfort and strength to the family as we celebrate the lasting legacy of a great community leader. So Sekuru Ngidi over here. And then let's see what else is here. Multi-million-dollar project to 10 Global to grip build 10's momentum. And you can see Nick Mangwana over here. Nick Mangwana, Information Minister, Information Public Service Permanent Secretary, Nick Mangwana, cuts a cake to mark another milestone of Zimbabwe's Cancer Power Walk in Harare. Nick, we all tore mfana wako kunoku. We all tore 0.5 creative. Ana mari rend akunetsa kunoku. We all tore munhu wako Nick Mangwana. We all tore DJ Anholi anetsa nekukumbira mari rend. Zo semesa. We got Zimbabweans who are stuck here with no rent. They spend the whole time begging online. It's so sad. Let's see what else is here. Who is this guy here? He's got a familiar face. That is Cephas Zimbudzi. What happened to Cephas Zimbudzi? The story of Zimbabweans seeking redress after toiling SA mines compensate for long-suffering ex-mine workers. So NASA has entered a deal to compensate the Wenela miners. So you can go and check it out. And let's see what else is here. I won't stop giving back to ungrateful shop is seen. So that is my Jojo. You can go and read it in the Sunday Mail newspaper. Okay, so guys, I think we've covered everything. I love doing what I'm doing now. In about 2 months, I'll be back in Zimbabwe full time. We're going to set up our office in Zimbabwe around December. I'm going to be contesting the Kulumane constituency. I'll be one of the MPs. We're going to do so well. We've got so many plans for Zimbabwe, and we want our country to do well. We want our country to have a good image. But we need to make sure our country look beautiful. So if you're in Zimbabwe, it must look nice. And at the moment, it's not looking nice. Mafumi must tell those people in Harare to fix their buildings, to clean them up, to paint. They forced people in Namibia to paint their buildings, to make it look nice. And then the government's job is to do the bigger picture. So when I'm talking about bigger picture, how do we make sure that each place has jobs? The way Zimbabwe is set up right now, you cannot create jobs. If you're in Kariba right now, I was in Kariba a few months back, there's no way to work because there's no CBD. So you can't have a shop, you can't have a place to sit as a restaurant. There's literally the first restaurant in, well, there's no restaurant, there's a takeaway in Kariba was built a year ago. So when I went to Kariba, the first guy was building an ice cream place, a pizza place, and that was the first place. You can't create jobs that way. So our towns are not properly set up. And that is where the master plan needs to come in. These guys must be forced to work on the master plan, and the master plan must include smart cities. There's a new smart city which was approved this week, and that is the Mount Hamden. You must be aware of these things, because what will happen is when Zimbabwe normalizes, a lot of people with money are going to come in, and they'll build and build and build, and you own nothing. So we need to make sure that our people own something. We need to work on rail, so that if I am at Harare, I can quickly go to Bulawayo, I can quickly go to Vic Falls, I can quickly go to Bedbridge. And it should take me 1 hour to come from Chitungwiza to Harare at the west within the high-speed rail. I should be able to go in. When I'm in Johannesburg, I go to the Hout train. From my house to the Hout train by bus, it takes me 15 minutes. I go and wait another 15 minutes. And then the train ride takes me 15 minutes. And I'm at my office at Santa by 15 minutes. And I haven't, it doesn't cost me more than $2. So my train ride cost me $2. In the morning and in the evening, I come back, I stroll down to my house, and I'm fresh. Internet is working, electricity is working. You see, water is in my tap. I don't ask myself, is there going to be water today? Everything works. So that is what we want to do for our country. And as I said to you, Mnangagwa is doing these projects like Gwai Shangani, what. It's too late. We need to make sure that we get more capital. And in Kulumane, you'll see what we're going to do. We've got such a big plan for Kulumane. And all the young people in Kulumane are calling me to say, Gambakwe, become our MP. Let's make this happen. It's going to be beautiful. So we need to move away from politics and go into developing our country, making it big and amazing, and one of the biggest countries. Zimbabwe is so well set up in terms of geography, the only country which is everything is together. So Zimbabwe is the only country with everything together, but we need more capital. Okay, so let's recap. We said likely Mnangagwa will be in Tanzania today. I'm expecting that for the inauguration. So let's see what happens if he goes over there. And this is after 700 people have died in this election. The African Union have congratulated the president of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan, and they've not mentioned anything about the dead people. So she has been certified yesterday as the president of Tanzania, and all the protests, she has managed to suppress them through the army. So that has happened. SADC has failed to make a decision on or to make a clear statement on Tanzania. That is because the post-election violence that happened follows a pre-election period where the opposition leaders were arrested and are still in jail. So SADC should now come up with a plan to say, if the election is coming up, you can't arrest the opposition leaders and throw them in jail. And they must be given powers. At the moment, SADC has got no powers. There is actually no chairman. South Africa is currently acting chairman of SADC. And as you can see, President Cyril Ramaphosa has not said anything. President Peter Mutharika has issued a statement yesterday, but it is just to call for dialogue. So SADC is stuck. They can't do anything in Tanzania. Okay, let's look at some comments. Mazwano, muchatengesi mve wani. We are selling mve, but many people just buy. So I don't have to. All president going crazy things like Mnangagwa. No, Mnangagwa is not doing. Guys, like I said to you, Mnangagwa is this close. If he just stops 2030 and he continues to do what he's doing, which is trying to put people together, it will be fine. But if you look at what has happened in Tanzania and in Mozambique and in Madagascar, our region needs a leader. And SADC is leaderless right now. When Mnangagwa was in SADC, it was even better. Let's get a leader on SADC and let's get this thing working. It's a mess what is happening at the leadership level. And in Zimbabwe, all we need to do is to get Mnangagwa to agree to stop 2030. And then we're done. We're in business. Because everything else will work out. Why do we donate medicine that we do not have in the country? Zimbabwe yaka broker. No, we've got ARVs. Because Zimbabwe has so much ARVs. Mwita sokumajika. Many people must not vote for Gambakwe. As an NPF person, Gambakwe. Yes, what else is there? Let's say you were Urimun we Nindrumun Zam. You're Urimun we H.E. Ask yourself that question. So I find it odd. Young people, how do you think? If you are saying Gambakwe is Zanu, right? Let's say Gambakwe is Zanu. What are you? Answer that question, and then wapedza. Okay, I think we've covered everything. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. I'll be back here later on today. We're watching the situation at Tanzania right now. So at midday, I'll be back here. We'll watch what is going to happen. If I try to go to Tanzania, they'll probably deport me. Blessing Baba was deported last week when he tried to go to Tanzania. So he was thrown out of the country. So I'm going to avoid going to Tanzania. I don't like it. I won't go there. I won't go to Zanzibar. I won't go to Tanzania. Garaipo. Then I'm Zimbabwe. I would like to thank all of you for watching. I'll see you guys later. And let us clap hands for Gambakwe. He's done such a good job. Spend the whole hour talking. How many people can talk to themselves? I like my voice. I like hearing myself talk. Thank you very much, everybody. And a good day to you all.